All right, you're welcome to a fresh episode of the Footy Week podcast. Many thanks to everyone who has been supporting us so far, everyone who has been listening to our podcast on Google, Spotify, and obviously Apple as well, and Anchor, and also those who have been taking time to actually watch the episodes on YouTube. I know you guys enjoy that a lot. And just before we get into it, we'd just like to reiterate that Footy Week stands with the Premier League in their kick against racism. Yes, today I'm the one anchoring, and obviously here with me is Samiat, not Okwe. Samiat is here in the building. Hi, Samiat, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you doing today?
Not bad, not bad. So he's not able to make it today. He's a bit under the weather, but nevertheless, we're here to to keep it down, to keep the ball rolling.
The show
Samiat,
must go.
so many definitely the show must go on. So many things happened during the weekend in the EPL. Interesting games. Obviously, I know one of the games that definitely tickled your fancy the most was the United game. But first of all, we'll start with, let's see, the upset or the most surprising game, which was the game between Tottenham and Manchester City. And we saw Harry Kane scoring 2 goals against the club he wanted to join so bad in the summer. And Manchester City lost at home. That's something we didn't see coming. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think if you look at their long line of winning streaks, you know that it is going to happen. This is the EPL. You might be it might be from Tottenham, might be from Watford, but the upset is bound to
Mm,
happen to be Tottenham. Harry Kane handed them the loss, but
yeah,
they had it coming because this is the EPL. Anything can happen. Anything
definitely,
will happen.
definitely.
You,
And you can see Antonio
it's just
Conte
you
there.
can't just keep
Antonio
going
Conte,
on and on
Antonio
and
Conte
on
was
playing
obviously happy about
people
it.
and expect to go on like I'm not too surprised because you can't keep this is the EPL. Once you just keep bullying everybody.
Mm. So I mean, this loss for Manchester City, what does it say about the title race? Because right now nobody thought Manchester City was going to lose a game. Now they finally lost a game. We see that Liverpool is now being more consistent. Chelsea are back from the Club World Cup with 2 wins at the back, which is very good for them. Arsenal are now consistent as well, it seems to be. But let's talk about the title race because Arsenal is not even the title race. So we're talking about the top three. We're talking about Manchester City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Do you think we now have a title race?
Yeah, of course we do. Liverpool has a game at hand. If they win the game, they are still going to face Man City. So I think it all
Correct.
boils down to the last minute. So we definitely have a title race, and it's going to be an interesting one. I think the ball is in Liverpool's court now. They
Hmm.
have all the power, all the control. The ball is in their court. So we'll
Hmm.
just see how it goes. I think
Yeah.
Liverpool they are a big decider in this right now. So it all depends on them. And if they win, they're outstanding, and they go ahead to win the game with Man City. Definitely.
Definitely. So currently, I'm looking at the EPL table. Liverpool is 6 points behind Manchester City, and Liverpool has 1 game in hand. Liverpool has won their last 5 games. So definitely, you are right. The ball is in Liverpool's court, and it's up to them to make the most out of the win. And then, talking about Liverpool, they also secured a very, very impressive win against Norwich City over the weekend, coming from a goal down. Who would have thought Liverpool would go behind against Norwich?
Exactly.
Norwich scored a last-minute goal in the first half, and then but Liverpool were able to come back with a 3-1 win. I mean, what are your thoughts about that game? Did you even see Liverpool going behind at any point in time?
No, I was expecting a clean sheet, a clean sweep, a clean win. So seeing Norwich in the first minutes of the game, first half of the game, bullying Liverpool and trying to like gain some control, and I was like, what's happening today? But then, like I said, this is the
Mm.
EPL. You can always everything.
Yeah.
But with the attacking power that Liverpool has, it is always they are going to score the goals. They have all the talent to bring in goals, and they did. We saw
Mm.
Mane, Diaz, and Salah. They got in the goals, and they secured the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to talk about Mohamed Salah. Let's talk about him a bit. Coming in from the African Cup of Nations, obviously lost in the final to his teammate Sadio Mane. The first game back, he was struggling; he couldn't get a goal. Now, this game against Norwich, he basically scored the deciding goal. The goal that put them ahead. How crucial would he be to Liverpool possibly giving an upset to Manchester City?
Very, very crucial. And the thing about Salah is he will always we have seen his form this season is that's been fantastic. He always delivers. He
Hmm.
always find a way to come through for Liverpool. Is one of the reasons why Liverpool is where they are today in the Premier League right now. He has had a fantastic season, and yeah, it's going to be very crucial in the next coming games for them. He has to be point, and I think they have what it takes. They have what it takes, but it's all
Yeah.
going to boil down to the last game, the last minute.
Hmm. So you think this title race will probably go down to the wire, and final weekend we'll
I
definitely
I
be discussing
personally
the title race.
I want it to go down that way. I personally want it to go down that way.
Yeah,
Let us just see how it goes. It's going to be an
definitely.
interesting one.
It's very possible. Yeah, it's very possible. It's not going to be the first time ever. It has happened so many times, but most especially between these two clubs, between Manchester City and Liverpool, it will be interesting.
Yeah,
Last season it seemed to be easy for Manchester City. 2 seasons ago, it was Liverpool that had the notch ahead of Man City. So now I think this is one season where it seems like both teams have very very strong squads with quality, and they'll be ready to go with it to the wire. But talking about former Premier League champions, let's talk about
exactly.
your favorite Red Devils, Manchester United. They had a victory this weekend, but just before we talk about Manchester United, we've got Chimamaka in the building.
Hello,
Hey,
guys.
Chimamaka, how you doing?
I'm very good. I'm very good. And you? How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Great, great, great to have you on here. Just
Yeah.
before you joined, Samuel and I we'd spoken about Spurs getting that surprise victory against Manchester City at the Etihad, and obviously Liverpool also getting a very, very good win at home against Norwich, even though they went behind at first. So and then I need to put it to you. Number one, do you think the title race is now open? And what do you think about Liverpool's chances?
Well, well, I would like to cut you short there. It's more like we've looking down on Spurs for so long because they've not been giving
Really?
us the results. Yeah, it's true because this now sounds like Manchester City deserved, or probably Manchester City were um favorite winners of that
Hmm.
contest, forgetting the
Yeah.
fact that Spurs is also a very good team that are
Hmm.
yet to key in. I don't know if
True.
you understand. So,
True.
so well, with your question, I will tell you the title races has been blown wide open, but not for
Mm.
the likes of Chelsea actually, but for Liverpool. For Liverpool, to be frank, for Liverpool, because as it is, Liverpool doesn't look like a team that is going to lose 3 points in the next 2-3 games, and they
Mm.
need just the next 2-3 games to meet up with Manchester City. Now, let's talk about the psychology of this loss. Do you know that the psychological loss can either do good or bad to Manchester City? It can either
True.
spur them on to win the next game or also have a
Mm.
toll on them and they lose the next or draw the next game. So,
Yeah.
well, the title the title
Race.
race is opened, and I would love this race to actually continue, as in to be open till like 2-3 games to the end of the season. I would actually love it to show the competition, the competitiveness of the EPL, not somebody winning
Yeah.
like after 5 games. So you understand?
Yeah. It's quite interesting that you bring up Spurs in this. So I would definitely say that I did watch the game. It was a very, very good game from them. They did play very well. And that's not what we expected from Spurs. I mean, they have lost their last three home games, like we already said at the
Exactly.
last podcast. We were taking a huge dig at them. Only for them and key players who I would say were at fault, at the loss at home. Uh I'm talking about Bentancur, I'm talking about Kulusevski, I'm talking about Hugo
Yes.
Lloris. Very, very interestingly, Antonio Conte left. Davison Sanchez on the bench. We had a returning Eric Dyer, which was good enough for them. So just like you said, kudos to Spurs. They did deserve the win. And we know that obviously with more time and probably one more season under Conte, him bringing in his players, they will look much, much better. Yeah, right. But also talking about Liverpool, they've won 5 games. Currently, they've won their last 5 games. Currently, it's a 6 points gap between them. You know, Sam mentioned that it's very, very possible that this title race goes down to the wire till the very last day. And also, that is how I wish. But what do you think about that? Do you think this title race will go down to the wire, or do you think one of these two clubs will try and cement the title before it gets to the closing stages?
Well, I actually didn't get the question, but I would like to rephrase the last sentence you made regarding the title is being opened. Now, I would answer it this way. I didn't get the question clearly due to probably network or something.
Okay.
So I would say this. I would say this. Liverpool, as they are presently, are trying to make a statement. Nobody has yes, before at the beginning of the season, we had all tipped Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, in fact Manchester United. We didn't even tip Arsenal as such. I was the only person who put Arsenal on the top 4, I think, at the beginning of the season. But
Very, very true.
interestingly, it is how it has been. We've had Chelsea top the table. We've seen them drop from that spot. We've seen we've seen Liverpool climb up. We've seen them drop from that spot. We've now seen Manchester City, who have been up there and have refused to drop. It only tells you one thing: they have the consistency in that team. Now, every other team have to look up to Manchester City. But now with this loss that has happened, it has given every other team room to believe that after how many games did City go? Is it 13 games? Or how many games did they go in the EPL? And they've not lost. So it's a big deal to actually see Spurs beat them. Are you getting me?
Yes, definitely.
So all right. So I really don't know how to put this, but we still have a few more games to determine the winner of this current EPL season. So let's give that time. When that time comes, we'll sit down and we'll dissect it.
Definitely, we will. So let's run over to the right side of Manchester. And we know Manchester United did something fantastic over the weekend. You know, they were able to get a good win against Leeds United. It was Leeds United. Left to me, I would have probably thought that Leeds United would be able to get a good upset against Manchester United. But definitely Manchester United did well. I mean, Samuel, what do you think about your boys? Do you think they lived up to expectation this weekend? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
The audio is dragging a bit.
Just a minute. Let me excuse myself and come back.
Chimamaka, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's talk about the right side of Manchester United. Of Manchester, rather. You saw the game. You saw how it all went down. It was a roller coaster. 6 goals thriller. So
Exactly.
what are your thoughts on the match?
Well, that's the first game I've seen in 2022 that United has played that has actually been beautiful to watch, in my opinion. I know you will point out some other few games that has happened at the beginning of the year, but in my opinion, it only showed the hunger. It only showed the want for a victory. It's more like the team played like they've been fighting some things and they had to conquer. And what I felt or what I feel they had to conquer was at least getting a victory, which was very, very important. I saw the game at 1-0 and I felt, wow, will Leeds cause an upset in this game? I saw the two goal lead from United, and I saw the instant 58 seconds, 2 goals equalizer, and I was shocked. 58 good seconds equalizer, 2 goals in 58 seconds. That was amazing to see. I don't know if you understand. So
Yeah.
at some point, the beauty of the whole game was the pictures showing on our screen. Super subs, they came in and they did damage to Leeds. Leeds actually we are fighting back, and I'm sorry there was a Fred and another small boy there who caused the damage. But at the long run, I'll give credit to United, all because they were able to fight this and fight it to the end. I don't know if you get me. They actually showed that desire to actually carry 3 points back home. That's my take on the game, even if at some point. Yeah, I enjoyed it though. I won't say it was boring, but I enjoyed it. The goals were beautiful. The the fun of the game was the 58 minutes, the 58 seconds quick goals. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, we are going to see something that's going to happen, and eventually Leeds just decided to slip, fall down the and let the 2 goals go. I felt bad. I wanted a draw actually, but
It was an amazing game. It was an amazing game. I think that's what you expect from a Leeds Manchester United game. They are both
yeah,
attacking side. They are both always going forward to get goals. So you always expect those kind of
goals to
large
happen.
number of goals in those kind of games. I just feel that United we are still a bit the defense, we still don't have it under control at all, but it is at least we are scoring goals now. We are scoring more goals now, and Ragnick, the the changes he made, they had an impact in the game. So he has some sort of control or say in what the game, how the game ended up playing out. So, and the team, there was a bit of unity. It was compact. It was different, and it's just nice to see going forward. Going forward, I like what I'm seeing. So hopefully, maybe top four is still on the table for United. We'll see how it goes.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, top four. I was about to ask you guys about it. Now with this win, a convincing. What do you guys think about United's top four chances? Starting with you, Chimamaka.
Yeah, top four chances. Yeah, it's actually still very visible. Well, it's actually very visible. It's dependent on United as a team. I realize that most of the players have complained that they lack the fighting spirit to actually see out a game. I don't know if you understand. But for the top four chances, it is actually still very visible. It's only dependent on the consistency of West Ham United, on the firing spirit that Arsenal is bringing has been carrying on for a while now. And who else is there? I think Spurs are also there. So you won't rule out all these guys. But for United, they are on the fourth spot presently. It's in their hands to slip off that spot. It is in their hands to actually slip off that spot. But for the top four spots, it is actually still very visible for them. I see them being able to do it. It's all dependent on the desire and the hunger from that team.
All right, then, Samuel, what do you think about United's top four chances? Do you think Manchester United have what it takes to actually maintain that? Oh, I think we just lost Samuel there for when she comes back, we'll get her view. But Chimamaka, you spoke about a fiery Arsenal. I'm not going to lie to you. Previously, in our last podcast episode, before the EPL winter break was over, he's put it to me. What do I think about Arsenal's chances in the top four this season? And really, I didn't see it happening. I didn't see Arsenal winning these important games. I didn't see them getting wins, majorly because of the mass exits in January. I know it's basically Arsenal getting rid of players that maybe do not fit into the system and doesn't see these players being in the team in the long run, right? And then one of the major players had to be Arsenal's top goal scorer in the last 3 seasons, which is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So, looking at it now, Arsenal have won their 2 games back from the winter break. Is it possible that Arteta might just get the job done and Arsenal secures a top 4 finish? Samuel, what do you think?
Yeah. Okay.
It's looking very likely. Arsenal has been consistent in their past few games, and I'm even surprised to see. I think they have improved. They are looking more hungry, and they want to secure. They are working so hard to secure that top four spot. I think the top four spot, just like the title race, is going to go down to the last minute too, because we still have Man U in the mix. There's still West Ham there fighting for a spot, even though they dropped point this weekend. But I still think they are still very much in the fight for the top four. So I think that Arsenal it will go down to the last minute, the top four, the fight for the top four too, just like the title race. It's going to be an interesting the next couple of games. They are going to very interesting and quite important to all plays out.
All right, then, Chimamaka, I think you can't really talk about Arsenal and not talk about Emil Smith and Bukayo Saka. Coincidentally, both players got the 2 goals for them against Brentford, and Bukayo Saka's second goal in 2022. So, I mean, how important are these 2 teenagers or these 2 young men to the future of Arsenal currently, and then securing the top 4?
Well, for the yeah, in addition to what Samia just said, these guys are integral part of Arteta's winning formula. You will never rule the impact of these guys out of that Arsenal squad as it stands. We knew at the beginning of the season, Arteta had these struggles. Eventually, he had to calm down and understand his team, understand their strengths and their weaknesses, and infuse that into the gameplay, which has been working in favor of Arsenal in the past few games. As it is presently, aside from Manchester City, Arsenal happen to be the second most consistent team presently in the EPL, which is a very good thing. We saw Arsenal at the beginning of the season when they were, I think, 15th or 16th on the table, and now we see them fighting for the top 4 spots. Now, yeah, I know Chelsea has a game against Arsenal, which I won't rule Arsenal out of that game. But for the top 4 spots, sincerely, with this consistency that Arsenal has been going on with, I see them being able to nick Manchester United off that spot. I'm talking based on present form. I'm analyzing based on present form. Based on present form, I'll give Arsenal an edge over Manchester United on the 4th spot as it stands. So it's left for Manchester United to either slip off that 4th spot and let Arsenal take over. And let's also not forget the fact that West Ham United is standing in between Manchester United and Arsenal. You can't rule these guys out. They fought their way all through the season to be on that spot. So you cannot just see them and say they are going to be shoved aside. It's not possible. It's not going to be done. They have worked their ass out to be there. So they are also underdogs on that spot. But looking at present consistency, looking at present form, looking at present victories that has been from these 3 teams, Arsenal looks like, or seems like, the team in the better position to stay on the top 4 spots. I see them comfortably sitting there. It's only dependent on the rest of the other guys. But I hope Chelsea beat them.
So, Samuel, hopefully, obviously, you would want that to happen. But I mean, it looks like Chelsea has cemented the 3rd place position, and hopefully, they do that, they can be more consistent, right? But then, Samuel, the whole top mix, it's definitely about 5 or 6 teams currently. I'm talking about Manchester United, I'm talking about West Ham, I'm talking about Arsenal, I'm talking about Wolverhampton Wanderers, I'm talking about Spurs. So definitely, Spurs are still in the mix. Spurs, just like us, now have 3 games in hand. Wolverhampton Wanderers have 2 games in hand. West Ham has been slipping points as well. So I don't, Samuel, in your opinion, which of these teams has a stronger front to actually secure top 4 finish?
Yeah, I think Tottenham, they have 39 points now, and they have 3 games in hand. If they can win 3 games, they are back in it.
Correct.
So Arsenal consistency is something to really ponder about right now too. West Ham, their last with Newcastle, they looked a bit different from what we have seen in past. They were not hungry enough. It was like both West Ham and Newcastle, they didn't bargain, especially the second half. I didn't see that, and they lost 2 points in that game. So maybe there are still going to be some slip ups here and there. But I see Arsenal. Yeah, I see Arsenal in it. And Manchester United, if they can keep up with this current form that we have just found, we have just recently found, if we keep up with it, I hope that we will be able to make it up for two.
Just before the next game, we have some games in hand which will be played. We have and we have Liverpool hosting Leeds United on Wednesday as well. Then on Thursday, first of all, Arsenal now no matter.
Well, for this to go on, I've actually not heard what you said. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh,
Thanks
can you hear me now? Can you hear me better?
thanks to. Well, I'm trying to pick you. The network is quite bad. If you're hearing me, I don't know, but the network is quite bad, and it's drabby kind of. It's more like
You just need to-
your voice fades in the conversations.
I got but can you hear me much better now?
Yeah, I think I'm picking you a little bit. I'm picking you now.
All right. Yeah, so I was talking about that will be happening this week before the next this game time. First of all, on Wednesday we have Crystal Palace. You know what are the crucial wins this week? Then it's getting and obviously Tottenham, they are quite who fight against Chelsea. And then on second Wednesday as well, their lead and obviously was lost by Manchester United. And then the main cost of the first game very similar. Arsenal have two games in hand, and Wolves have two games in hand. Who do you think is the victory? Who is more likely to get the victory?
Yeah, Samyat, if you picked what Okwe said, please can you just help throw light to it? From my end, I'm not here, and I don't know if it's from my end, but I actually didn't pick what he said, and
I
I know
think
he's talking.
you was talking about the next games before we have the game with 27.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have Burnley Tottenham. They are all outstanding matches. We have Watford Crystal Palace, and we have Liverpool Leeds and Arsenal Wolves. Yeah, all these before the game week 27. They are outstanding matches, and they are all very important deciders in what will happen in the title race and in the in the top four fight that we are talking about. So what are your predictions for the games? Because Liverpool, they are facing Leeds, and this is a very important outstanding as we have seen now. And the Arsenal Wolves too is a very important one. So what are your thoughts on that, on those two games?
Oh, all right. I'll talk about the Arsenal Wolves game. The Arsenal Wolves game is going to be a very, very crucial game for Arsenal, being that Wolves are also gunning for that spot. Wolves are also gunning for that spot. So it's on Arsenal to do the needful, or on Wolves to do the needful. I'm not in support of any of the teams. Actually, I'm better in support of Wolves than even Arsenal, in my opinion, as a Chelsea fan. But the truth now is, for Arsenal to secure that top spot, they've been on a very good form, and you cannot also rule out the form at which Wolves is coming with.
Yes,
Wolves,
exactly,
Wolves too,
exactly.
we are talking about Arsenal, talking more of Arsenal. We are forgetting that we have Wolves who are also there, and these guys
Yeah,
have
they have
also
been on a
been
roller
on.
coaster. To their match
They've been on
against Leicester City, they grinded out that 3 points.
exactly.
They
They had
made
to.
sure. Yeah,
It only showed the hunger and the determination.
yeah,
So I see Arsenal are going to be the the problem with that game, or I won't call it the problem. The undoing of that game is going to fall on individual teams. They in such kind of game, you take your chances. You don't lose chances.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get your chances, you take them, because the moment you lose, the other one capitalize on your losses, on your lost chances, and make use of it. If you know a team as good as Wolves doesn't wait for them for clear cut chances before they score goals. We can see what they did to
exactly.
Manchester United. These guys just find a position to take their shots. If it's the only shot on target, they are able to make that shot on target count as a goal. So
And
this
they
is how
just lock
good
up.
they are. And they just lock the whole thing up because, first of all, defensively, they are sound. First of all, defensively, they are very sound. So
They just
it's going to
need
take
those few goals. Those few goals. Once they can
exactly.
get it, if they have that
They just seal
advantage
the whole
first,
defense. They
they
seal the
kill
whole
the game.
defense. So I feel
Yeah.
that game is a game that will be based on chances made, chances created, and chances utilized. That's where I'm going to see that game as. Because, well, Arsenal being a very good team, their attack line is beautiful to watch. The likes of Smith Rowe, Bukayo Saka, even
Yeah.
as Alexander, they've come to understand each other. So you are not going to rule Arsenal out as well. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about Arsenal, being that they've been on a very smooth ride. Wolves has not been on a very smooth ride, but they have been able to grind out the results. The difference is one team grinds out the result, one team finds it easy to take 3 points away from the next man. But Wolves is going to be a team to beat against Arsenal. In fact, they will be a team to beat. I'm not giving it to Arsenal, neither am I going to say Wolves will take it. But man, Arsenal have to dig deep. They need to dig deep to get the
For
three
them to
points
get
away
the
from
3 points.
Wolves. Yes,
I
that's
think another fixtures we have to look at is the Liverpool League. We are talking about how the title race has been blown wide open and everybody is excited and all of that. They have it in them to cause an upset. If you are not careful, they can cost you. But I think most of the big teams have a record against them this season. But still,
yes.
Leeds, you can't put it past them. They will score the goals, and if you don't match up to them to the number of goals they have scored, you might just end up losing. So Liverpool Leeds is going to be an important decider in the title race. Wow.
Well, if I'm going to throw more light to that, if you look at Leeds have been on a very poor form of late.
Yeah, they have. They
They
have.
they they are looking not to go back to the championship. I don't even understand. They are looking not to go back to
Yeah.
the championship. Marcelo Bielsa has
So
tried
it is
everything.
important for them. So it's going to be an
It's very
important win for
it's going to be a very important game. But in my opinion, looking at
yeah.
what Jurgen Klopp has ahead of him, he knows he has 6 points that he's dealing with as it stands, with a game in hand. It only tells you if he's really hungry or not. Left for me, I feel Leeds will be beaten in that game, despite the fact um, they are looking for their 3 points. They are going to be beaten in that game. I don't know why I'm being very confident about this. I'm only saying this because I see these guys are ready to fight tooth and nail with Manchester City for that top four spot. So, well, it's not going to be an easy ride. It will never ever be an easy ride.
They
Leeds,
still have to play Man City too.
no,
Liverpool Man
then
City.
then that is it is such kind of games that Chelsea are always happy to watch. So that we'll see how
Yes.
to cut the spot to, if it's 6 points, if it's 3 points, let's just cut something. We are not gunning for the Premier League title, no, but it's just to cut
No,
out something. I don't know if you get. So
I get.
well, I'm waiting for them to beat themselves. I just pray Manchester City doesn't beat them. But as it stands,
It's
I would prefer Liverpool to do it, to cause an offset for Manchester City. But against Leeds, I'll be giving it to Liverpool. I'm giving it to against Leeds. I'm giving it to
okay.
Liverpool.
The next game week, I think they are not. I don't think they are. But every game is important right now. Every game is important right now. The next game week, Manchester United will be playing Watford. Um, Chelsea. Who's Chelsea playing next game week?
Burnley.
Okay,
Only.
Chelsea, Burnley.
But Chelsea has the
Liverpool are
Carabao
not
Cup
playing next
final.
week. They have okay. Yeah.
Carabao Cup final is
Liverpool.
on Sunday against Liverpool. Yes.
Yes. Liverpool. Yeah. So we'll just see how the next couple of game weeks goes. The top four position, the title race, they are all crucial, and even the relegation fight now. The
Yeah.
fight for
Is
relegation too now. That one is there too, and
now that's
it's
where
just
Burnley is. That's where
yeah,
Burnley is. Burnley is ready to cause
yeah.
an upset to Chelsea too as well. So it's not going to be an easy ride. It won't be an easy ride for any team.
It's not going to be an easy ride. It's not. The next couple of games, they are just very crucial, very crucial. So we just wait and see how it ends. Um, this has been it for this episode. It's great talking about football. It's great coming here
Yeah.
and reviewing all the EPL and giving you the latest EPL gist. You can follow us on our social media pages and subscribe to our YouTube page.